Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we start, there's one thing I wanted to mention. It appears because this video is all about girls and things that YouTube didn't like it and they've demonetized it. So it means I don't get 1 penny, 1 red cent, nothing from the video, from the work I've done, nothing at all. Unless some of you guys are good enough to just go below the video, click where it says see more, and then buy me a coffee. That would make it worthwhile. But I wanted to show you, I mean, I could have changed the video, but I wanted to show you the truth. Now then, we're just come off Soi 15 and we're going up into Soi Boomerang, which is the Gents Club Soi, the new Gents Club Soi, which is quite busy now. This at the moment is about 6 o'clock in the evening. You can see from the how low the sun is, it goes down. At sunset is about 6:30. So I wanted to do it before sunset, so you got a decent view with proper lighting, you know. And just to show you, now we'll just turn left onto Soi Pattaya, and we're going to go just down Soi Dana. Now I'm going to take you around all the main bar areas, which is I've done in previous videos, and show you. This is, bear in mind, this is very early. This is 6 o'clock. So I wanted to show you how busy they were getting. Basically, I discussed a while ago, like the chicken and the egg situation. Who's going to come back first? Are the girls going to come back with no customers, or the guys going to come back and there's no girls? Well, it appears that it's the former, because the girls are back. There's a massive amount of girls come back already, and not enough customers yet because of this silly 5-day rule. Business is still going on. But that will change, I'm sure, over the next month or so, maybe 2 or so. But the girls, there are a lot more girls now than there were before. So that we found out which comes first. It's the chicken, not the egg. Look, on the left side is Soi Dana bars. Now they were full of girls later on. There's a few there now. But we'll turn around and we'll just go back up Soi Dana, and I'll go left up LK Metro, and I'll show you LK Metro. Now that already has a lot of girls. The whole of LK Metro and Pattaya are very, very busy. So you just turn left up here and you'll see. I mean, even the bars on the left side here, we go past it, 1 or 2. There's a few there. But you'll see how busy LK Metro is. And also, of course, Jaipur, Pothole, that's very, very busy. I'll run up that later. But we'll do a little run round first, and I'll show you. Now, what I've done is, if you look in the distance, you'll see the gangs, the groups of girls and everything. And then I have to cut it to try to not to upset YouTube too much, you know. Like you see that group there on the right, I had to cut it before I got too close, and I've had to do it again and again. Well, if we get too close, they'll definitely they might even restrict the video. So I'm being careful, okay? But you can see, if you look in the distance, you'll see the groups, and you'll see how many there are, and there's a lot of them now. So you see on the right, you see those? And Sugar, busy, getting busy now. A lot of girls in Sugar outside. They're all standing outside. A lot of girls. By the way, while we're having a look round, there was I had an email the other day from a subscriber called Desponder. Must be not terribly happy with a name like that. Anyway, he was asking me some questions. And I have answered the odd one here and there, but he said he hadn't read the hadn't seen the video, hadn't read the comments or what have you. So I just thought I'd just run through 2 or 3 of his questions, because it probably applies to a lot of you. And one of the questions which he asked was about girls losing face with regard to bars, like if you're walking past the bar and there's a bunch of girls and there's some outside, which are the less attractive ones, and the more attractive ones are sitting inside on the phones because they're not desperate. What happens if one of the ones outside who is not attracted to you, or you are not attracted to them, put it that way, they come over and say, come and buy you a drink and what have you, and you look inside and you see there are some inside which you do like. How do you get around that? Because if you walk inside, the girl who's grabbed you will be with you and will want the drink, right? So, as far as the girl being upset or losing face or whatever, that actually only happens if you're already her customer, if she's claimed you, which would all it would need is you buy her a drink, and then you're her customer. So what you do is you don't buy the first girl a drink. You just walk in the bar, sit down, and then so that she doesn't lose face, what you would actually do is if there was one in particular you had your eye on, you'd say to the first girl as though she was a service girl. You know, imagine you're thinking she's just a service girl. Just say, oh, you see that one over there, that girl there? Could you please ask her to come over? I'd like to buy her a drink. And because you've done it so quickly, the girl's not had time to claim you, and she won't lose face. So it'll probably be a friend of hers. So she'll just say, okay, yes, I'll do that. And she'll go and get her, and the one who you want will come over. That's the way to do it. Don't delay though. Don't mess about. Buy the girl a drink who first took you off the street and what have you. Don't do that, because then she will lose face. Because then she'll have claimed you because you've bought her a drink, and then after that you then go and switch to a different girl. Not a good idea. There's Nick's bar on the left. He's doing quite well. This is Soy 7, by the way. I'm just showing you. The top half of Soy 7 is quite busy. And there's bars and there's girls and things. As soon as you get past the road which runs across and links it with Soy 8, it completely dies. And I think that's probably, as I've been said before, that's probably going to end up being all demolished. This is a street here where it runs to the right, yeah? And then further back there's another street that runs to Soy 8. But I reckon all these are going to be demolished, and we're going to have hotels. I could be wrong, but it's just what I think. So anyway, we were talking about a couple of the questions that Desponderer asked about, and I'll just go through those now. Yeah, so we're down to Beach Road now. The bars on the left here are quite busy. Soy 8, we're going to turn left and go up Soy 8. There's only one bar basically on Soy 8, and that's Sailor Bar. And that's a restaurant really, so they don't have any problem. They don't have girls there, it's a proper restaurant. Anyway, going back to what we were saying before, which was a couple of the questions. There was one question was also about that the area of the central Pattaya is very, very busy and loud and busy and crazy and everything, and is there an area which is not like that, which is much quieter, but maybe some guy is a little bit older and wants a bit quieter, a bit of action but a bit quieter, and basically that's Jomtien, or possibly Pratumnak. The lower part of Pratumnak, around the Dongtan Beach, bottom of Soy 5 and Soy 6, they're all very nice, and there's restaurants, there's bars, a lot of stuff down there, and it's nice. And also Jomtien. I mean, if you want a few bars, there's Soy 7 in Jomtien, not Soy 7, which we've just come down. So that's an area which a lot of you may well know, which is a quieter area. So we're up at the top of Soy 8, and we'll just cross across Second Road, and we'll go up New Plaza, Soy New Plaza, which has not been busy. I mean, the bottom part of the Soy here, this section is very, very, very quiet. But further up, it's getting quite busy now. For some reason, about halfway up, it starts to open, it starts to get busy. So that's coming back, okay? It's very quiet now. It's 6 o'clock. But when we'll go, I'll take you down Soy Bacau now, and then we'll go down Soy Pothole, Soy Chai Poon 25, and you'll see. If you look to the right, you'll see here there's it's getting busier, but particularly Bacau and Chai Poon, they're getting very busy. So there was another question which was asked, and I'll tell you what that was. So we'll just turn right on to Bacau here. So yeah, the other question which was asked was, where do you find girls who speak English, reasonable English, as opposed to coming across girls who have no English at all? Well, and it's really fairly simple. The younger ones don't tend to speak very much English. A lot of them don't. They've been brought up in Easton or wherever. See, Lex is busy there. And they've had no contact. So unless they're particularly tried to learn at school, which some do, you do get the odd one, the young one who can speak English quite well, who is a bit brighter than most of the others probably, and she's tried, but really it's the more experienced ones who've been here for a while. They're the ones who speak the English. And it is very, very difficult if you come across one who has no English, virtually no, and that you have zero conversation. It's impossible. I mean, you can play games, you can use Google Translate, but it gets very boring, to be honest, and you can't have a proper conversation at all. So probably the answer to that is the slightly older, more experienced girls is what you need to go for if you want to actually have a conversation. Put it that way. Yeah, so on the left side we just passed the reggae bar. That's quite busy. Further down here on the left side, more than the right, you get bunches of girls, and then as we're beginning to approach Tree Town here, so we'll just try and weave our way through the traffic and get down here. And on the left side, I've had to, what I've done is I've shown you in the distance the groups of girls, and then as we get closer I've had to cut it and move on to the next part of the video, so that it's not too bad, you know. So as you see on the left side, well, in a minute we're going to come up toward Annie Jackson, the other ones, which are packed out with girls, but I can't really show them properly, but you'll see them in the distance, and then I have to cut the video. Just watch what I do, and you'll see what I mean. You can see them in the distance as we approach, and then I have to cut it. Yeah. So yeah, it's busy. I would see I just had to cut it there, and it's get it and move over to the right to show you, and we'll do the same on Pothole. So, but you can see it's busy. Look at you see on the right there as we passed Sugar, you see the rows of girls. Anyway, the whole point of this video is to show you what it's really like. And we're going to go up Pothole. This is Pothole. That's Triangle Bar on the left side, and Amon's bar on the right, which I'm actually just doing a video with Amon about her bar, in the middle of it. And then we just passed the Backyard Bar, David's bar, and here on the right is the Inferno, which you see in the distance. You see the groups of girls. See, and I've had to cut it again, so I can't show you everything, but I can show you a lot if you look in the distance. And there's on the right there's Dive Bar, and then there's the new one, the High Rollers. You see the girls? So basically that's the way it's happened. The girls have come back and they're waiting for you guys. So you've just got to wait for the government to get rid of that silly 5-day ATK test it is now. I know they've got rid of the other one, but it's still a pain in the neck. And that Thailand pass, they're saying it's going to be possibly the 1st of July before it's completely gone free. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and like and share and ring the bell, and if it's demonetized, please buy me a coffee. Okay, thanks a lot guys, thanks for watching.